Look, find me the documents, please. Let's get the thing on the road. There's a conversation about the Chief Justice, her ladyship, Tokonu. She's been suspended. And I'm sure you know the backstory. Some people petitioned, they went to the president. The presidency gave her an opportunity to respond in 10 days. He had asked for 7 days. It was referred to the Council of State as per Article 146 in the Constitution. And then from there, it got to, the creation of a committee, suspended, and now we are waiting for the Chief Justice, the leadership of the Chief Justice to appear before the committee. And then if she's found guilty, why? She goes. If she's not found guilty, it's okay. But the fact that the prima facie has been, there's something that has to be looked into. Literally, that's what the lawyers say prima facie means. I'm not a lawyer. But that is the process so far. And people are raising concerns. They are right to raise concerns. Yesterday, I played a video for you of a law lecturer who says that, oh, yes, in theory, it is there in our laws, but in practice, we should not. And people were asking the questions, so when Charlotte Osei's own happened, was it a matter of theory and practice of the law? There was a deputy at Raj too. You remember that? It was this same John Mahama as president who was petitioned, and then the lady was sacked. In fact, she didn't return. She was suspended and she didn't return. Was that a matter of theory and practice as well? What is the principle, and has the principle changed? It's a very simple matter. What's the principle? Yesterday, I was looking at the list of judges that we have on our Supreme Court bench. The list of judges that we have on our Supreme Court bench. Only one of them, Justice Poaman, was appointed by John Dramani Mahama. Only one of them. So you pay attention to the list. Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu is the Chief Justice, was appointed in 2019, appointed by Nana Dankwa Kufour. Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, 2008, appointed by President J.A. Kufour. Justice Gabriel Poaman, 2015, appointed by John Dramani Mahama. Avril Lovelace Johnson, 2019, Nana Kufour appointed her. Isifu Omoro Tanko Amadu, 2020, Nana Adodankwa Kufour. Henrietta Joy Abba Nyako Mensa Bonsu, 2020, Nana Kufour. Emmanuel Yoni Kulendi, 2020, Nana Kufour. Samuel Kwame Edibu Asiedu, 2022, Nana Kufour. Barbara Frances Akayensu, 2022, Nana Kufour. George Kingsley Kumsin, 2023, Nana Kufour. Ernest Yaugeu, 2023, Nana Kufour. Henry Anthony Kofi, 2024, Nana Kufour. Yao Dako Asari, 2024, Nana Kufour. Richard Ejay Frimpong, 2024, Nana Kufour. Now, if this is the list, and His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo-Boni is now acting Chief Justice. Now, note this. Justice Paul Bafo-Boni was appointed by President Kufour in 2008. So, if you look at it, he is the senior most on the bench at this time. As we speak, if you look at this list, he's the senior most on the bench at this time. He has transcended Kufour Part 2, transcended Mills, transcended Mahama, transcended Kufuor, transcended Mahama again. You get the point. He has transcended. So he was appointed by President Kufour. Then in comes President Mills. Then in comes President Mahama. Then in comes President Kufuor. And in comes President Mahama again for part 3, in fact, if you will. Now, the conversation on the street is that, oh, it is a Mahama agenda. But Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, as the record show, was put on the bench by President Kufour. So how is a President Kufour appointee a John Mahama agenda? I told you that sometimes when they send you to come and say things, you to be measured in the way you look at things. Do you understand? You also have to be measured in the way you look at things. Because this is the record. And this one, I didn't manufacture this record. This is the record. So how is it? And interestingly, some people are also asking, why the man has been there since 2008? How come he was jumped? What happened? If he's been there since 2008, how come he was jumped? It's a question that is on the minds of people. Does the Supreme Court not play by seniority anymore? And that was a question that people were asking about even the security services as well. For want of a better expression, where they say juniors were promoted over seniors. Favorites were chosen from among the squad. Even if they were juniors, they were chosen from among the squad. There are few reactions to the happenings within the judiciary that I will talk about. But let me ask this morning, good morning to the Ghana Bar Association. Has the Ghana Bar Association heard of the matters that are going on? Our Ghana Bar Association, our own Ghana Bar Association, that used to have an opinion on every matter of national importance. This is a matter of importance because it actually even impacts the work that the Ghana Bar Association does. The protection of the independence of the judiciary, etc., all those concepts. What has the Ghana Bar Association said? Have they said anything at all? I don't know. I may not be aware. But has the Ghana Bar Association said anything at all? Have they said anything at all regarding this matter? Ghana Bar Association. Where is the Ghana Bar Association? Are they still in this country? Are they still alive? Is everything okay? Ghana Bar Association. Somebody asked me to ask you, a fellow lawyer, you're one of your fellow lawyers, I'm not a lawyer, one of your fellow lawyers asked me to ask you this. So why has the Ghana Bar Association not said anything about it, or the matters that are happening does not really concern the Ghana Bar Association? Does it not worry the Ghana Bar Association? Does silence mean consent to what is happening? I greet you, Ghana Bar Association. And then I want to greet the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana. The staff of the Judicial Service. Some of you serve in the office of the Chief Justice. The Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana. Have you lost your voice? We want to hear from you. What is your opinion on the matters that are going on? What is your opinion, Judicial Service Staff? What is your opinion? We want to learn, want to know, want to hear from you. Two institutions that I want to hear from, the Ghana Bar Association and JUSAG. I want to hear from you. Why have you not said anything at all? Why have you not said anything at all? Or there's nothing to say? Or again, I ask, does silent mean consent? Look, find me Christian mothers. Christian mothers have spoken. Christian mothers, the Christian mothers, they have spoken. Let's read it together. It's dated the 22nd of April, 2025. Press statement from the Christian Mothers Association of Ghana. The Christian Mothers Association of Ghana stands united in our condemnation of the recent suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Sakitokonu by President John Dramani Mahama. This action sets a dangerous precedent that undermines the very foundation of our democracy, akin to the biblical warning in Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. It sounds like a glow. We urge all right-thinking Ghanaians and the international community to join us in denouncing this unjust decision. It is crucial that we collectively hold our leaders accountable. As our elders say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let us come together to protect our democratic values and ensure justice prevails. We call upon President John Mahama to reconsider this decision and to restore faith in our judicial system. Let us remember that true leadership is rooted in integrity and respect for the rule of law. May we all strive to uphold the principles that guide us towards a just and equitable society. In faith and unity, Christian Mothers Association of Ghana. So essentially, the Christian mothers say, don't apply the law, don't apply the constitution, don't apply the rules, leave it, because what you're doing now will not create faith in the judicial system, etc. I have a very simple question to ask the Christian mothers. Was Charlotte Osei a Muslim mother? No. Don't laugh. No, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Was Charlotte Osei a Muslim mother? Or she's a Hindu auntie? No, I'm asking. Was Charlotte Osei a Muslim mother or a Hindu auntie? The lady at Raj, Madam Lamte, was she a Hare Krishna mother? Or was she not also a Christian mother? Or you're just looking out for your members? I want to understand. Or are you also thinking along the theory and practice of the law? I don't know. If we want to build a nation, this is not how we build a nation. No. That separate rules apply to separate people. I don't get it. I am asking you, was Charlotte Osei a Muslim mother? Was she a Muslim mother? It's a very simple question to ask. Anyway, Professor Sari has been writing on Facebook. He has some admonition for the new Chief Justice, right? His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. He's been on the bench since 2008, appointed by President Kufour. He's been jumped. But God is the lifter of men. He is. I beg, find me Professor Kwekwa's thing and let's read it together quickly. And he has some very interesting thoughts to share. He says, "Dear future Chief Justice, nobody enjoys petitioning for the removal of a Chief Justice. Gogo does not." Gogo here is Professor Kwekwaza. "No president relishes the duty of determining a prima facie case or suspending a sitting Chief Justice. They would rather be pursuing their own agenda, not refereeing institutional crisis. But when the circumstances demand it, neither citizens nor presidents should shrink from their constitutional functions. These moments, however painful, are also reminders the Constitution is not ornamental, it's operational. So it is not theoretical alone, it is practicable as well. We must ensure that such moments become rare. The best way to do so is to cultivate a judiciary that is both strong and restrained. To that end, here are 10 principles to guide your stewardship. 1. You are not a presidential appointee in chief. Your authority does not derive from the executive grace. It flows from the Constitution. Maintain professional distance from the executive. Never act as an emissary for its agenda. Your loyalty must be to the institution, not the appointing authority. 2. He has 10 points. 2. Do not broker Supreme Court appointments. You have no constitutional role in selecting who joins the Supreme Court. Recommending names directly to the president or negotiating appointments behind closed doors undermines the Judicial Council and breeds distrust. Leave the nominating to those constitutionally empowered to do so. 3. Respect the bench you lead. Once a panel is duly constituted and a case is ongoing, do not interfere. Reassigning judges mid-trial without cause is constitutionally suspect and institutionally corrosive. Justice is not a chessboard. The bench is not yours to reshuffle at will. 4. Issues rules the right way. Do not bypass the rules of court committee or the constitutional procedure for regulating court practice. Practice directions, however urgent or popular, must follow Article 1572. Anything less is both unconstitutional and unsustainable. 5. Avoid side deals on court composition. Any attempt to increase the minimum number of Supreme Court judges or justices must go through Parliament. Do not treat constitutional thresholds as bargaining chips with the executive. The Constitution is not a backroom agreement. Point number 6 is the next one we're going to refer to. Transfer judges with transparency and fairness. Transfers must not be punitive, strategic, or opaque. Moving judges in response to their rulings or to influence outcomes threatens the judiciary's credibility. Let objective criteria, not internal politics, govern such decisions. 7. Do not weaponize access or loyalty. Never create the impression that proximity to your office or personal loyalty is a pathway to elevation. Favoritism, real or perceived, erodes morale, breeds factionalism, and weakens the judiciary's meritocratic spine. Let your door be open to all judges equally, and let your decisions reflect principle, not patronage. 8. Stay in your constitutional lane. Administrative leadership is not judicial imperialism. Consult widely, respect committees, and involve your peers. Lead with humility, command respect, not obedience. 8. Preserve the judiciary's institutional voice. Speak through judgments and collective policy, not unilateral decisions or directives. Avoid ground launches, circulars without legs backing, and publicity stunts. The judiciary earns its legitimacy through restraint, not spectacle. 10. When in doubt, choose the Constitution over convenience. You will face pressure from presidents, politicians, and even within. When those moments come, and they will, choose the Constitution even when it costs you, especially when it costs you. And then finally, in closing, the final remark, he says, history will judge you not by how long you serve, but how faithfully you protected the independence of the judiciary. Serve with courage, guard the institution, and always remember, you are the nation's Chief Justice, not the President's Chief Judge. Respectfully, Gogo, a servant of the Constitution. The year. Now, this advice to the new Chief Justice raises some concerns in my mouth. Is Professor Kukwaza saying that the Chief Justice who now must appear before the Justice Praman Committee, Domelevo in there and some other Dr. Jisa and Professor Jisa, and is he suggesting that these were some of the sins of the Chief Justice Tokonu? I don't know, I'm asking. You know, when you read, you also take your time, reflect, and think. Is that the case? I don't know. Now that Christian mothers have spoken, we expect that the Ghana Bar Association will speak, and then maybe the JUSAC people will speak.